This is Will Faber from Art to Ride, and I wanted to share this very special moment with you all. This is the horse Bailador, who you have watched come along now for a while. He had extreme mental and physical problems, his mental problems being mostly from his physical problems. He was the horse we showed you that had huge holes in his back, and um, he had been driven just sort of crazy. He's a very big horse. So I wanted you to see this moment because today is the first day that he ever connected across his back. It's taken me a year and a half to get him to this point. But notice now when he comes through here that you'll see that his neck no longer has a break in it. You see that? He's able to bring his neck up for the first time. I've literally had to ride this horse with his nose on the ground practically for the last year and a half. He just could not raise his head up. If he did, he just completely fell apart. And but you can see now this was a horse who was extremely nervous. Now you'll notice that we still have the side reins on the horse, and they're just very, very long. And that's because we're transitioning this horse from the double bridle. He was, a pretty dangerous horse in that he would spook very, very severely and just needed to be ridden in a double bridle just for simply safety's sake because you never know when he was going to just have one of his meltdowns. So, but you can see here, so that's what we're doing here is just transitioning him into this, just working in a snaffle. And you can see for the first time that here he's really begun to get just very relaxed and in the zone, as we always talk about, that we're always looking for. You have to excuse my videotaping here today. I was doing this one-handed with my phone, and it's a little jumpy in places, but I wanted you to see this, and I also wanted to document it, for the video site so everyone could see this, because it's just, this is the moment that we wait for, and a lot of you have these horses that are, somewhat damaged, if your horse is sway-backed or whatever, it's lovely, like when you see that horse of that Amber rides, Legolas, that you've seen many videos of now. He's a horse that just had not been damaged, and you see how quickly they can come up, But if you have these horses that have been going around for years, hollow in the back, and never been connected, or like this one had been driven crazy by it, it's just going to take some time. But if you just put the time in, you can see how lovely they can become. I have never seen a horse in my life that couldn't become relaxed if it were worked correctly. Look at that over his neck now. You see once again how there's no break. And if you go back and watch any of the other videos of this horse, you'll clearly see that he's like had a crink in his neck that sort of made him overbent all of the time. So we just had to let him stay out there till he became strong enough over his back. And over time, we've showed you some close-up pictures of his back, how severely dented it was. He had these holes in his back where a badly fitted saddle had set on so severely that he had like 1 inch deep indentions in his back where the panels of the saddle had been. But look how beautifully he's moving over his back here. Just what we're looking for. It's a little jumpy, and once again, you have to bear with me there on this, but I just really wanted everyone to see this moment and how beautiful he's just floating over the ground, and he's getting in the zone. Look how nice and relaxed his ears are, and if you could see his eyes there, you'd see how relaxed they are. He was one of those horses that just seemed to be eyeballs rolling around in his head all the time, looking for an excuse. But, the horse was in a lot of pain. So once again, this is Will Faber from Art to Ride, sharing you this moment with Bailador.